Alright, I hope everyone's calm. It's real hot in the UK right now, like crazy. So this is how someone makes a beat with no vision. For anyone new that's watching, I have no vision, but I use Logic Pro. The setup I have currently, it's recording my screen and recording the sounds from Logic. I am using a screen reader, which basically tells me what I'm pressing on my keyboard, and it tells me what I'm seeing. I can't seem to record the talking software, but it is coming through my headphones, so that's how I'm able to use it. If you do like this content, I would really appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. I do want to try and upload maybe 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah, man, I'd appreciate any comments or whatever. Yeah, let's go. So today so I make a lot of trap beats, drill beats, but I always like to challenge myself with something new, you know. So I have a carer that comes, and she is Punjabi. So I always like to challenge myself with new types of sounds, maybe some stuff that's not in English. So I asked her what her favorite song was. She sent it to me, and I thought, you know what, this gives me inspiration. And again, I don't want to keep doing the same stuff all the time, so it's good to just do something new. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a breakdown. I've put all the parts together. I haven't mixed it or mastered or anything yet, but I just wanted to do a quick little video for a breakdown of how I did a Punjabi drill remix. So what I did was, first I downloaded the song from YouTube, and then I used this online AI stripper thing where it takes the vocals and turns it into an acapella. So I downloaded the acapella, I then put it into time. I changed the pitch, I changed the key just to make it a little bit slower because I wanted a drill beat. I mean, it's a remix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I've done, so what I've made, and then I'm going to talk you through how I come to that. Alright, so here we go from the beginning. Remember, it's not mixed or mastered, so things may not be, you know, perfect yet, but you'll get the idea. Here we go.
The ghost was here.
Second half of the verse. And then we're coming back to a pre-hook now. Back into the hook. Alright, you get the idea. Alright, calm. So, I'm going to start with the drums. So let me get you the basic drill bounce, what I did. So I'm just going to navigate to my drum stack. Alright, here's my drum stack. So I'm just going to solo things so you get the idea. I'll just show you the drum. Here, I'll just solo the drum stack so you get the idea, and then I'll break it down. Okay, so what we got in here, right? So we got the basic kick, which is here. Okay, and then we got this clap that's giving it that bounce. Nothing crazy. Then I've got 2 hi-hat patterns. So I've got one that's like a shaker hi-hat, which is doing this. And then I've also got a rim that's just adding another layer of bounce, like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna unsolo these. Okay, oh shit. Okay, so then we've just got a basic open hat pattern, rim, oh yeah. So then we got a couple of perks. So I wanted to kind of create some Indian type vibes. So I had a look in Logic Pro Apple browser just to see if there's any Indian stuff. So I found this Indian, I think it's a tabla or whatever you call it, but I found this little loop which sounded really Indian. So that sounds sick. And then what's this? Okay, so then this, when the pre-hook happens, it's just like a slower version of that tabla. So it's really Indian. And then for the bridge, I've got like a more traditional punjabi type perk, which is this. So yeah, man, that sounds fire. And then I've got a fill, which I found, I had to cut it to make it into like that tabla fill, which sounds like this. So that sounds cool. And then we got, I took this drill fill from J Cactus's fill sample pack that he did. Some crazy shit in there, man. And it sounds like this. Just real simple, but gives it that drill bounce. Just got a simple crash. And then there's I did a little trick that I like to do. If I play you this, if you're wearing headphones or monitors, you'll be able to hear the effect, but I'll explain. Oh wait, no, I didn't do it there actually, hold on. Comes here. So what I did there is I panned one of them to the left, one of them to the right, and then one in the middle. So then it kind of gives it like it bounces from the left to the right and then into the center. And then they have like different volumes. So the left one is quieter and then it gets louder till it gets to the main one, which is really cool. And then we've got one of my favorite rises, which is this. Just a simple riser. So basically, that's all the drums. And then this is what we have for the drum stack. So that sounds crazy. Alright, cool. So now let's work on the basses. So I've got two basses. So I've got one for the hook and the verse, and then I've got so I did glides for the hook and the verse, and then for the pre-hook I didn't add no glides, just so when it comes to the hook it sounds more impactful. So I'm gonna show you. Here we go. So this is the hook bass. And then for the verse, this is the pattern. Just slightly different. Okay, and then for the pre-hook bass, this is the bass pattern with no glides. It's just straight. And then when it comes to the hook, let's fast forward it a bit. When it comes to the hook, you'll hear like how it goes crazy. Coming up here now. Oh wait, it'd help if I soloed it. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Going into the hook now. And that bass I'm using is actually a bass. It's actually a synth bass that I took from Logic Pro. It's from the sampler. I can't remember the name because I've just saved it. And basically what I did is, so I added an EQ to cut all the high end off. So without the EQ, which is cut in the high end, it sounds like this. And then with the EQ, so it's not a massive difference. I'll probably EQ it a bit more. And then if I put that with the drums, so you get the bounce. So I'm just gonna back it up a little bit before it drops into the hook. Crazy. Alright, and then this is the verse. Crazy bounce, right? So that's pretty much the drums and the bass. Oops. Alright, cool. So that's pretty much the bass and the drums. So now I'm going to work on the melody. So what I did is, so I got a pad that's running throughout the whole song because I just wanted some texture. Not really much as you can hear it, but more you can feel it. So this is the pad that I took. This is the preset that I've made from Alchemy. This is the pad. Real nice. So that's just running out throughout the whole song. Okay. And then I've also got these sitar chords, because I know from India they have a sitar, which again I found a cool sitar. Sounds realistic as fuck. I ain't gonna front. And this is from Logic Pro. Like Logic Pro, don't sleep on some of the sounds, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of whack ones, but if you find a gem, you better save that shit. So this is the sitar chords that I made. Real simple, just some triad chords. Okay, and then if I, with the pad, it sounds like this. Obviously, like when I start mixing, I'm gonna EQ it, add some reverb, bit of delay, but I'm not doing that yet. So this is with the pad and the sitar chords. Crazy, real nice, right? Yeah, man. Alright, so that's that. And those chords are running out throughout the whole song as well. More of a texture. Okay. So let me unsolo these. Okay, cool. So now for the hook. So I've got the same chords but in a bell. And this is what the bells sound like. This is bells from Pigments from Arteria. I've added a Q flam, so not all the notes are playing all at once. So that's strumming effect. Okay, so that's that. And then I've got these single notes that is just adding a bit more texture to the chords. So this is the single notes by itself. And then when I add it with the chords, it's just got a nice texture. Okay, so now if I show you the sitar chords, the pad, and those bells, this is what it sounds like together. Obviously it's going to sound sick when I pan it and EQ, but yeah, so that's the main hook. What else we got here? Alright, so we've got the counters. So, oh wait, where is it? Alright, so this is a bell counter, and I was just following a little bit of what the woman was singing, so it sounded like one track. So this is the bell counter. So that's pretty much that, and then I just layered that with the same sitar. And together with the bells. Crazy. So that's the counters. So if I just solo the counters with the bells like this. Okay. So and then I've got a flute because I wanted to. I know Indian music has a lot of flute, so it's just a basic Indian flute from Logic, which sounds fire. Obviously that needs like a shitload of reverb. That's the flute. Okay, so all together, this is what we got for the hook. It's really simple, to be fair. Alright, so this is the hook with everything. And then if I add in the bass and the drums, here we go, bass and drums. This is with the drums and bass. Crazy bounce, crazy bounce. So the verse, I'm using the same bell chords. Same bell chords. So that's the same. I've got a little counter, which is this. I'll play it with the chords. Just real simple. I do have a flute that's just playing slightly differently. Just real simple. Okay. So I've got this verse vox. So what I did is I basically cut some parts out of the main vocal and then I just made it into like a chop, if that makes any sense. So this is what. So I've just got some basic effects. So I'm just gonna bypass the effects. All right. So this is without any effects. This is what I did. Okay, and then with the effects, what I did, I've got a channel EQ that's cutting a lot of lows and a lot of highs, so it sounds more filtered, so it can blend more in with the beat. I've got a big reverb, and when I'm mixing, I will add some delays and auto pan, so it pans between both ears. And then, so that with the chords sound like this. Real atmospheric, you know. Alright, so that's. I didn't want to go crazy with the voxes.
I'm having trouble hearing. Can you say that again?
Stop. Okay, so that's the verse pretty much, and then I've got a pre-hook. So again, that's playing the pad and the sitar chords. It's also playing the bell chords, but just slightly differently. It's just slightly different. The single notes. Okay, and then I added a sitar, and this is like a counter that's just following a little bit of what she's singing, so it sounds more together. Okay, so that's pretty much the pre-hook. Nothing crazy. And then I added a bridge. What I did, so I took those sitar chords and I half-timed it to get this effect. I just wanted a breakdown before it goes into the crazy. So just half-time, and then I added a sitar just lower down, just simpler with the chords. Just real simple. Oh, and then the pad as well that's playing through it, giving it a texture. So yeah, man. So I'm just trying to keep everything simple, repeating things, but just changing it slightly so it doesn't sound boring. But I'm not adding too many new elements, otherwise people will listen to it and they don't know which part is which. So I think that's it for the bridge. Okay, cool. So that's the bridge. Now, the hardest bit with the vocals, because I had to put it in time. It wasn't the best quality, so. But again, they're not perfectly mixed yet. Let me just solo these vocal stacks, and then I can just play it with the hook and stuff. Now this second part, I wanted a breakdown, so I took out the bass, I took out the drums, just so when it comes to the verse hits harder. So this is like a little, I don't know what you call it, but after hook. So here I took out the counters, I took out the sitar counter, the bell counter, and just kept it real simple with just the pad and the chords, just so it can break down. And into the verse here. So yeah, and then we got vocals on the pre-hook, which again I just kept it, stripped everything down. I just added the bass and the chords and the sitar counter. Just real simple. And then into the hook. Yeah, so when the drums and the bass comes in, it just hits way harder. And then what I've got as well, so what I did is I cut the ends of the hook and the pre-hook and added like a big reverb and delay, which sounds like this. Where is it? So big reverb and a delay, and then I added it here as well. And when you add it to the vocals, and it just flows better into the hook. Yeah, it just flows, so it doesn't sound like there's a pause, and it sounds slightly weird when the hook came back in. So that's what those are. I think that's about it, really. So now I've explained everything as best as I can. Let's just play the song from the beginning to the end, and hopefully you liked my Punjabi drill remix. I would really appreciate if you guys would share it with anyone that may be interested. Leave any comments, I'd really appreciate that. I'm happy to help answer any questions on how someone makes beats with no vision. I hope I explained everything well, and yeah, man, stay safe. Oh yeah, I'm the ghost.
The ghost was here.
ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਪੀਰ ਵੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਲ ਵੇਖਾ ਦਿਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੱਥ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਥ ਫੜਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਲ ਵੇਖਾ ਦਿਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੱਥ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਥ ਫੜਨਾ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰ ਵੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਏ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰ ਵੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਏ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੇਰੀਆਂ ਹੀ ਚੱਕ ਗਾਣੇ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਾਨੀ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਕਮਾਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰ ਵੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਏ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਬਾਂਹ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਮਰੇ 'ਚ ਤੇਰੀ ਤਸਵੀਰ ਵੇ ਫਿਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੁਆਵਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਮੰਗਦੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਪੀਰ ਵੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਲ ਵੇਖਾ ਦਿਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੱਥ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਥ ਫੜਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਲ ਵੇਖਾ ਦਿਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੱਥ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਥ ਫੜਨਾ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰ ਵੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਏ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰ ਵੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਏ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ
The ghost was here.
Zeno Records.